There was a little bit of controversy in the world of Batman with Batman the Night #5 this week. There were hints at, or I believe that there was a hint that perhaps Bruce Wayne was bi-curious, perhaps he's bisexual, gay, something like that. And with me is the Batman and gay homosexual expert himself, Joshua Williamson.
Oh man, this took so many turns real quick.
Josh McDonald is the gay homosexual, not Josh Williamson. He's probably married or something.
There's all these news reports are going to come out now of Wes from Thinking Critical calls Josh Williamson gay. God, I don't even. I've completely lost track. Right out of the gates. Yes, I'm the gay homosexual that attends Thinking Critical. What channel are we?
Thinking Critical with Wes.
Yes, Thinking Critical with Wes, and I am Josh McDonald, not Williamson, the gay homosexual. Welcome everybody. We're going to talk about gay things, potentially gay Bruce Wayne.
Potentially. I actually had somebody come in the comments. They're like, there's no way. They don't even hint that Bruce Wayne could be bisexual in this comic book. He only seduces the man to get a hold of a book and take it for him because there's a mission going on. And my reply was, isn't the act of seducing another man perhaps a hint that he could be bisexual? And they claimed I was just brain dead or something. Am I dense here? Or am I seeing stuff that isn't there, Josh?
I mean, look, I have flirted with many of women in my time for the sake of moving forward. I know that sounds terrible, but it's just like my day job. I work in sales. So I'll flirt with women just to be like, they'll like me more and then they'll buy crap. So there we go. No, I don't think it necessarily means that. But, everyone's saying this one moment. I think there's actually two questionable moments in this book. And it's, look, part of the reason that there's so much hoopla is because you had, a certain website come out and post an article and kind of lead this charge. And they're known for doing notorious stuff like this. And then
I'll put this out up front. I had the pages for 3 days and I was going to make the video on Monday, whether they did the article or not.
Yeah. Like I had this issue in advance as well. And I thought some things were, I'll say, drawn interestingly, and then you had a plot point at the end that you could go either way with. But then that article came out, and everything kind of blew up at that point. So everyone was freaking out. The book hadn't even released yet. It's just like, okay, just calm down till you read the book. Like I'm not saying anything until the book's out. But the book is out now, so we can talk about it.
Seducing another man to get your way seems like Bruce Wayne is comfortable with at least gazing into the eyes of another man and letting him know that he's interested.
Yeah, I personally, the book moment, I didn't think much about, and I know that's what everyone's hanging their hat on. Bruce had a goal in mind, and I think if you're comfortable enough with yourself, you can, do something like that and be like, whatever, I'm straight. Like, it's fine. I needed this book and I got it. Take that. The moment that I thought was questionable is there's a point where they're both like sitting or standing next to each other talking, and they're touching. They're actually touching each other, and then someone else walks up, and then it's suddenly like, "Oh, you didn't see anything" type reaction. That was weird. That was, if anything screamed there might be something bisexual going on, it's this. And even if it's not Bruce Wayne, even if it's the other character in the story that's being featured, I can't remember his name clearly.
Anton.
There we go.
They're telling me he's Ghostmaker. I thought he was like the dude from the earlier story, like from the previous issue of Batman the Night. Yeah,
no, he's the guy from the previous issue. He's the guy that was training with Bruce with that sensei. It's not Ghostmaker. If they try to make it Ghostmaker, I'm gonna hate this book. But I thought that was weird, and they still set it up as if he's probably the bisexual one, not Bruce Wayne. But Bruce
he's sort of making out with that guy when Bruce walks into that office, right?
Sort of. He was straight up making out with him.
He's groping him, correct?
Yeah, like they're about to do and you could even make the same argument there, like, oh, he just had a mission and was trying to get something. But again, you've got this follow-up scene where it's Bruce and Anton, and they're like touching each other, and the moment someone else walks up, they're like, oh. And fine, it's in character for what Anton's doing. Possibly, we don't know Anton that well, but it's weird for Bruce Wayne. Like, even more weird than Bruce flirting with Anton to get the book, because maybe it's Bruce just recognizes he can get the upper hand on Anton in this way. But that one moment, I think they're on a bridge. It was weird.
I don't know. I had some fun with the video. I was just trying to have a good time. Of course, it's kind of a serious subject, I guess, and people want to demonize you for having opinions on these things. But I think Chip Zdarsky's writing him out of character. We've never seen Bruce Wayne seduce another man to solve a crime before or get his way in the 80 years of the character's history.
I don't think we have. So I think we've seen, Bruce play into other people's desires or needs, but I don't think we've ever seen him seduce another man. At least not that I can remember. And I'm trying to remember things that may have happened with like Pink Flamingo or somebody. But no, I don't recall that happening. And I'm pretty versed in Batman, as most people know. But if I'm missing something and I'm wrong, you can call me out in the comments. It's perfectly. There's a lot of freaking Batman stories out there. But no, I don't think it's happened.
So what do you think? Do you think DC Comics and Chip Zdarsky were doing this intentionally? I'm pretty certain that they were. They wanted this to be in there. They wanted it to be provocative, and they wanted to get a few headlines, and they certainly got this. But there's no way that you can come away reading this and say, yes, Bruce Wayne is bisexual or even bi-curious. It's easily explainable that, yes, he was merely doing it, seducing the man so that he could win the challenge as they're doing this weird identity mission so they can get further trading.
Yeah.
You could say that, but he
absolutely.
certainly seemed comfortable with it. And I think that's they wanted a little shock factor in there.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way. And it seems like a lot of the shock factor came in from the art more so than the story, in my opinion. Like the story has elements there. I definitely think whether it was Zdarsky or DC, they were going for that shock element. And I think the art just took it further than maybe it was originally planned, or maybe Zdarsky thought it would be. But they definitely,
those are goo-goo eyes. There's no way around that. Those two dudes are about to make out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Little tonsil honky action going on there. I mean, look, Wes, let's be honest. Like, we all know you've stood on like a bridge or wherever they were, top of a building, looking longingly with another man. We know that you've been in an office before and you've made googly eyes with another man. It's happened, right?
Not really, no. I've been in a gay bar and it never happened. You know what I mean?
See, that's where you should make it happen. You should go into a gay bar and do that. And I swear to God, you're not paying for a drink all night long. You just, get your drink and pull up, thanks, buddy, and shake their hand, and everything's clear at that point.
I'm perfectly comfortable with the situation and everything, but I'm not going to go out there and start trying to use my wiles to get my way. You know what I mean? That's not the kind of guy I am.
Wes, free booze are free booze, my friend.
Man, I've had a job since I was 16. Free's overrated. I don't want to owe anybody anything,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Especially in today's, never mind, that's political. Well, carry on.
So me and my friends, we were at a softball tournament outside of Amsterdam in the Netherlands. And it was on a Sunday, and the bar we were at closed at like 10 o'clock.
Yep.
And we're like, what are we going to do? We're still having a good time here. And next thing I know, my buddy, he walks out, and 5 minutes later, he comes back. He's like, let's go, fellas. I found us a spot. And he found us a nice gay bar in this town. And next thing I know, he was upside down on a pole, pirouetting down it. But the thing is, he was wearing jeans. I don't know how he didn't fall on his head. It was amazing.
I'm more curious as to why y'all didn't ask more questions about why your friend could pole dance.
He was oddly athletic. He was like 230 pounds. I was like, this is going to end poorly. I don't want to fill out because in the military, if an accident happens, you have to fill out a form explaining it and be like, yes. And then Tom, flipped upside down on a pole drunk and was pirouetting down and broke his neck. And I was there to witness it. The commander's going to call me in and be like, you weren't a very good wingman this weekend. It's not. I'm sorry, Tom's, paralyzed, but thankfully he was more athletic than he looked, and he made it out okay. But even in that situation, I wasn't sitting there, flirting with other people.
You don't even have to flirt. Like, just make it known you're the straight guy in a gay bar, and you're going to get
pop it out. It's like, boo, buffalo stance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just wear a tight t-shirt and try to flex a little bit every now and then, and things will happen for you.
That was a younger man. I probably could have pulled it off. I don't think I can do it now that I'm in my 40s, but I don't know. I think people were right to
Yeah.
raise the question and ask some questions, because I think just looking at what that was, I don't think it's definitive that that's what they were going for, but it's certainly definitive that's what they were hinting at, and I'm certain that they did it on purpose.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, the reality is DC doesn't have a lot of great things going for them at the moment. Most of the conversations around DC are either average or lackluster. So anything they can do to create some controversy or some stir or some interest, actually interest more than anything, they're going to probably try to do. And this was a fair chance for them to do it. So they did it. It's, not definitive, as you said. It probably won't be made definitive. Anton will probably be made definitive, but I don't think
I think Anton's definitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was on that dude.
He's a hey girl, hey. So
yeah, he was on that guy like a tiger on a stake. You know what I mean?
I thought you were going somewhere else with that, but yes, carry on. I've come to expect inappropriate jokes from you, so I was like, oh, he's going there while we're recording.
They're on limits. As I mentioned earlier, I did a full video on this, very tongue-in-cheek, having a lot of fun, just making some jokes about it. People took it far too seriously for what it was. If you haven't seen it, I had a good time talking about something serious, but trying to make it fun. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out and have a laugh with me.